What's up everyone? So today my brother and I are out just checking out some cars at different dealerships. We're out in the Lotus Evora and we wanted to make a video of finding cars that cost the same as the Lotus. It's been awesome having this car. A lot of people are always thinking it's a six-figure car or you have to make six figures to get it. So we're just going to show you some examples of cars that cost just as much as the Evora, but that you would see on a daily basis and people would just drive by those. Whereas when you see the Lotus, you're definitely going to look more than once.
So first car is the Toyota Tacoma, which of course you all know we love. We owned ours for 9 years and it was a beast. This is a TRD off-road 4x4 and they are going for about $41,000 to $44,000 brand new. So that is definitely an option you could have picked up.
That's also a 6-speed manual, so I could have had another 6-speed manual.
But yeah, Toyota Tacoma you see every day and that is more expensive than that Evora.
We have a Highlander here. This is an LE model. Just under 40 grand, but still pretty close.
Limiteds over there are going for
about 46.
Yep, the ones over here are sitting at 46 grand and that's a pretty typical SUV.
So this Highlander here, you would never look twice that this costs 46 grand. I mean, it's very nice for what it is, but it costs more than my Lotus Evora, and of course you have more storage and all that, but
it's a pretty typical vehicle, definitely not a sports car, but you see them every day, and yet that is more expensive than buying a Lotus Evora.
What about some 4Runners?
All right. On to the Toyota 4Runner. My dad is on his second one. He loves it, and I would definitely love to pick up one for myself in a few years. So right here we have a beautiful looking trail model, leather interior, sunroof. This is fully loaded. Let's see what we're looking at.
The sticker price on this car is, this SUV,
$41,895. So about $1,000 more expensive than the Evora.
Still an awesome SUV. You wouldn't really take another look at that expecting it to be that much.
So that's 3 Toyotas. Let's move on to different brands. But yeah, 3 pretty nice Toyotas are more expensive than buying a exotic looking sports car.
So we just arrived at the Hyundai dealer and the only car on this lot is the G80. You're looking at about 42 grand for this.
Starting price, that's rear wheel drive and everything.
Oh yeah, unless you get all wheel drive and some more luxuries.
Or opt for the V8. Yep.
But of course, this is an awesome car as well.
Very luxurious, way more practical than the Evora. But it's just a normal luxury sedan that we see every day, same price as an Evora.
You might take another look at this sedan since you don't really see them all the time.
The wing badge will definitely throw some people off.
Yeah. But still a pretty cool car. That's the only Hyundai.
Let's go over to some used sports cars, see what other sports cars you could pick up. But yeah, Hyundai though, you're looking at just the luxury cars.
All right, so moving on.
And while he brings the Evora down, we'll go over to this vehicle, which looks quite familiar. This is a Nissan 370Z. Now this one is probably nowhere near 40 grand. This is used, but a brand new 370Z, you're looking at about $40,000. And depending on when you're watching this video, a 370 may or may not be quicker or slower than the Lotus Evora. And then checking out some muscle cars, the 6.4 Hemi Dodge Challenger with a Scat Pack.
Looking at about 37 grand for this.
It's about 37, 38 grand. This is a 2015, so it's way newer than the Evora, but this can't really take a turn like an Evora, so.
And it's also an automatic. I would want a manual, but yeah.
So Dodge Challenger you can get for the same price. It's newer, but definitely can't take a turn at all like an Evora, and pretty common. We do see them on a day-to-day basis. Yeah. So let's move on. Let's go to some German cars.
So we just got to Volkswagen dealer, and this is the new, how do you say this? Touareg. I don't know if that's right or not. Sticker price on this car is, or this SUV is $54,000.
This is a limited edition one. It's a Wolfsburg edition, but regardless, the Touareg or Touareg, however you want to pronounce it, you see them every day. Nothing too special. More than 50 grand for this.
Wow. I guess it does have a towing package. I don't know if it's,
I'm sure it's
rear wheel drive or not.
Probably all wheel.
All wheel.
Yeah, more than 50 grand for a Volkswagen.
You could get an Evora, a nice Evora S for that price.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a lot more than my car.
As we leave Volkswagen, we got a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and we know those can get pretty expensive, getting up to the mid 50s when we were looking at them. So a Jeep Grand Cherokee is more expensive than a Lotus. And last on the list, this is a Cadillac SRX. Base price right now is about 37 grand, so you're looking at about mid to low 40s for one of those Cadillacs.
All right, so there's just a few cars, ordinary cars we'll say, that cost more than my exotic looking Lotus Evora. Of course, there's huge differences in the cars with practicality. All of those were 4 doors and have a lot more space, of course. But the point of this video was just to point out that there are more expensive cars than this, and it's not a 6-figure car like most people would think.
Yeah, it's funny, just people who comment on this car and in person and stuff and think, man, that's so expensive. Mostly they're in cars like what we just showed you that cost about the same, and yet they see this and think that's the expensive car. So it's just funny to kind of see the difference between cars that 40 grand is really not that crazy for a car. And obviously the utility function of those cars is totally different. The buyer is totally different, probably with a family, kids, and all that kind of stuff. So obviously there's a difference, but still, 40 grand's 40 grand. So there's many cars you can get, and one of them happens to be a Lotus, which is tons of fun.
So I hope you all enjoyed that quick video, checking out some cars that cost as much or more than my Lotus Evora. It's pretty crazy to see on the used market. You can get some pretty awesome looking exotic sports cars that have great performance for the price of a normal SUV or sedan. Hope you all enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Click on that subscribe button down below so you can stay tuned for more videos on the channel. Like our Facebook page and follow us on Instagram. We'll see you all next video.